Hello guys, welcome to Icy Shades and welcome to our 5th 2D Arena game course lecture. In this one we will learn how to aim, and we will do that by rotating our character using the mouse position. Let's dive in. First thing I want to do, I want to make the player smaller. So click on its sprite, and if you remember you have here pixels per unit in the inspector, and I will change it to 128. And I want it smaller, so I will change it to 256, let's say, and I'm okay with that. Next we will talk about the console and how to write in it and why do you write in it. So the console is here next to your project, and you can write in it using the script, and you can also see errors here, and you write here for debugging purposes. Let's say you have a variable that changes a lot and you want to check if it changes or if it changes in something you want, and so on and so forth. And how do you do that? You will go into your script and you will have to write, I will write it in my update, and you will have to write the function Debug.Log, open and close parentheses, and here you will write whatever you want to be written in the console. You can write the variable or you can write a string like I will do it, like I will do right now. Let's say hello, semicolon, don't forget to do semicolon, and also don't forget to save, Control S. And then back into our Unity, we will click play, and we will see in our console hello hello every frame, because we know the operations in update are called every frame. Let's deselect, and that's Debug.Log. A very small challenge. I want you to write in the console once hello, and then every frame your name. I hope you have done that challenge. If not, let's do it together. Go into the script and write in start debug.log, and in our parentheses string hello, semicolon, and then in our update, our name, I will write Icy Shades, Control S to save, back into Unity, wait for it to load, save, whatever, and then click on play, and you will see here very fast hello and Icy Shades. If you unselect play, you can go up and see hello and Icy Shades every frame. Moving forward, we will aim with our character. So how do we do that? We will use our mouse position, and that will be translated into a vector 2, and we will use that vector to rotate our player. And if you remember, in order to get the input from the player and put it in Unity, we will have to do a few steps. So now click on the player input actions, and we will have to add another action. So click here on the plus. We will name it aim, and we will delete this binding. Delete. And for our properties, value and vector 2, the same as our movement, but this time when we click on this small plus here, we will click on add binding. So click on that, and the path will be mouse and mouse position. Do not forget to save, close this, and enter the script. First off, let's delete the debug logs, one in start and one in update, and create another method in order to get the input and put it in our script. Public void, let's see aim, callback context, aim again, open and close curly brackets, and we will create a vector2 variable. So let's create it first. Go here and make a vector2, vector2, and let's say mouse position, semicolon, and our mouse position will equal aim dot read value, the same as for the movement, open and close vector2, and open and close parentheses, semicolon. Again, here I wrote with capital E, and that is okay. This is our function. In the last video, I think I haven't explained so well what we write between the parentheses in a function. So in our function, our aim function, we can see callback context aim. So callback context is a type of variable that is specific to the new input system, to our new component input action, and aim is the variable. So when our function is called from Unity, from the component, it will be called with a type of variable callback context and a variable which we named it aim. So the aim variable will store information, because we have selected vector2, information of type vector2, and we can get from that variable, from aim, writing read value vector2, we can get the information that Unity gets from our mouse position, and we will store that information in our variable mouse position, so we can manipulate that and eventually rotate the character. I hope that is clearer. Now we have to link our script, our function, to the component in Unity. So go into Unity, click on the player in the hierarchy, here in the inspector, player input, events, player controls. We can see aim here, click on the small plus, drag the player here in the spot, and for the function player and aim, go back into the script and let's check it. Now we will see Debug.Log in action. Debug.Log. I will write it also in the update. Open and close parentheses, and mouse position semicolon. Control S to save. Go into Unity back, console, click play, and you will see two coordinates. And if you move the mouse, you will see them changing. As you can see in the console, the coordinates are quite big, 500, 700, and we want to change that. We want our coordinates to be written in Unity units. Unselect play, and we will do that right now. We will go into our script. We will have to make another variable, vector2, let's say final mouse position. Okay, and the update, this final mouse position will equal camera dot main dot screen to world point, and between parentheses mouse position, and then we will change in the Debug.Log final mouse position. Control S to save, and now into Unity, for our coordinates and the console, we will see Unity units. So you can see here in the middle we have almost 0.0, and as you go in the left, let's say, you have 8, -8, on the right 8, and so on and so forth. We will go back into our script, and now we have to use this information to rotate our character. So in order to do that, for now our final mouse position gets a vector that it is linked, let's say, with the middle of our camera. So we want this vector to be related to our character. So we will make another vector. We can also call it here, as you will see now, vector2, let's say direction, and this will equal our mouse position, so final mouse position, minus the position of our player. And if you remember from the last time, the position in our player is a rigid body dot position. So we will write get component rigid body 2D, do not forget the 2D, Okay, opening close parentheses, dot position. And this will create a vector that will determine the direction of our player in relation with the mouse. Next, we have to create an angle, and with this angle, we will rotate our character. So we will write this, bear with me a little bit. We will declare a variable angle of type float, and this will equal to mathf.tan2, opening close parentheses, direction.y, direction.x, close parentheses, multiplied with mathf dot rad2deg, semicolon. So what have we done here? So we have a collection of mathematical functions that is stored in this mathf, and one of them is a tan2. So what does a tan2 do? The tan2 calculates an angle in radians between the x-axis, that is the horizontal, and the vector that we give this function. So we will give the vector direction that we know is the vector that links the mouse position to our character, and then we will use that angle to rotate the character. But the tan2 function will calculate that angle in radians. So we want to change from radians to degrees, and we will use a function also from mathf, and that is called rad2deg. So that will transform from radians to degrees. And with this angle, we will change the rotation of our characters. So get component rigid body 2D, open close parentheses, dot rotation will equal the angle, semicolon. Control S, and let's see what have we done. Let's go back to Unity, click play, and let's see what happens. We can move our character, and we can also rotate the character with our mouse position, which is very, very cool. You can tweak it if you want. Unselect play, make it a little bigger, then go into your sprite, go to sprite editor, and you can change here this pivot. You see this little little blue circle. You can change it. Let's put it on top of its head. Click apply, and then when you go to your game and click play, then you will see that the character will rotate after that point. So it is a little different. Okay, so you can put the pivot wherever you want. So the questions: how do you write hello in the console using our script? Look at the 4 answers and choose the one you think is correct. And if you have chosen C, Debug.Log, open parentheses, open quotation marks, hello, and semicolon, then you are correct. Next one, what does mathf.tan function calculate? The angle between the y-axis and the vector we give the function, the angle between the x-axis and the vector we give the function, the angle between 2 vectors that we give the function, or the angle between the x-axis and the y-axis. I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds for this one. And if you have chosen the angle between the x-axis and the vector we give the function, then that is correct. We don't calculate the angle between the y-axis, we don't give the function to vectors, and of course we don't calculate the angle between the x and the y-axis because that is 90 degrees. So if you have answered correct both questions, good job. If not, of course, review the lecture. And that's it for the aiming, guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends if you enjoyed the video and if it is helpful for you. And until next time, stay frosty and extra spicy.